Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PCT Podcast episode 29. Welcome to our new monthly recurring, whatever word you. Oh no! There we go. Welcome back to the podcast. It's been a minute. Okay, it's been a month. I'm a little shaky on these technical stuff right now, but looks like I'm doing good. Looks like everything's up and running and we're all good. But speaking of up and running and being good, Max.
Hello.
I'm gonna give you a pass, right? Because even for myself, things have been a little wonky. So I'm gonna give you a pass, but next time you come to my class late, there will be consequences.
Oh no. Sorry, Professor.
This just sounds like it turned into something X-rated that I'm not going to get into right now. But
Can I please have an A?
Oh my god, already off to a great start. We have a slew of topics we're going to get into today. The way I want this show to start going from now on, instead of being like super like, I felt like before it was like kind of like news based. I don't want it to be like that anymore. I want it to be way more conversation orientated and just, free balling stuff, throwing stuff out there, kind of off the rails a little bit. I feel like, the last time we were kind of on the rails and, there's nothing wrong with that, but I kind of just want this to be a little bit more relaxed, I guess. And, but before we get into all the topics for today, how have you guys been? It's been a month. What have you guys been up to?
Nothing much. Still going through all my online classes. This is my last full year, actually, of college. Next year, at this time, I'll be graduating.
It's crazy to think that I met you at Oak Ridge. I was a freshman and you were a senior. And now that I've graduated, you're on your last year of college. That is just mind-blowing.
It is, dude. I was... It feels like forever ago since I was a teenager, and I only turned 21 ago.
Yeah, you can drink.
Nice.
What about you, Miguel? What have you been up to, man?
Nothing much. College stuff.
That.
Gotham Knights. Cool.
Oh yeah? Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Glad to hear. You, Max? What about you, dude?
I moved into an apartment.
I am proud of you.
Yeah. Finally got everything moved in. We got some like LED lights on the ceiling and stuff.
You're living the dream, man. I hope to be that next year.
It's really
do it, man. It's worth it.
I feel like I don't know. Whenever I think of Max's place, I think of like Tony Montana's place and like the really big porcelain bathtub and like the zebra skin rugs and stuff like that. I don't know. Whenever I think of Max, I think of that as his house.
I never understand why whenever people get a ton of money, they just get the most ridiculous stuff.
I mean,
honestly, man, I'm very minimalist when it comes to living. Like in my room right now, I have my desk, my dresser, and my bed is on the floor. No bed frame.
No bed frame.
Like I can afford, $800 a month for rent, but bed frame? Nah, I'll pass, man. I don't need that.
I laugh, but low-key, I did that exact same thing at first when I moved into my college dorm because I was just too lazy to set up the bed.
And you save space that way.
Really, like bed frames are huge, man.
Yeah.
Like they take up so much room, and like I have so much room. It's just I like not seeing stuff in it.
I feel like I feel like for me at least, because I have a bed frame, I feel like for me at least that would be an issue. Just having the mattress tray on the floor because I'm so tall. Is that an issue for you too, Max, or is that just something that's in my mind?
I mean, it's kind of an issue. I mean, it's all right and all, but I also have to worry about, like, if I get a bed frame, it has to be super sturdy. Because I'm also tall like you are, but I'm also a lot bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a stick
like,
and...
6'3", 230 pounds,
Y'all lucky over there. I'm living life like grounded.
Back to the pain. I'm about 6'1" and crazy bulky because I got okay. Yeah, I don't think I ever told you this. I got really into working out once I graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got slimmer, but I was still growing vertically. So not only was I building up, I was still getting taller.
Ooh.
That's kind of what I want to be like. I don't mind getting any more taller, but I do want to get a little bit more bulkier. Miguel, on the other hand, is the living embodiment of every 5'11" meme out there.
Oh, oh no!
that was so disrespectful.
I'm actually thinking of getting into boxing soon.
I thought you was about to say 5'11" chicks. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Boxing. What?
No, I think it'd be a flex to get my hands registered as a deadly weapon.
Oh my god.
I just think that's such a flex,
You're over.
Do you have any weapons on you? Yeah, my fists.
As you were moving, you were over here like looking at all your boxes, and you saw your Wii, and you was like, "Man, I remember my prime time whenever I used to do Wii sports and box 24/7."
Hey, Wii Sports and boxing was intense. That was intense.
I blame Wii Sports for my skinniness. I'm not gonna lie. I devoted a lot of time and effort to Wii Sports. I must have burned thousands of calories through Wii Sports, and so I'm gonna sue Nintendo.
I contribute my gaining of weight to the PlayStation 2 because I never went outside after I got one.
I can honestly say one of my fondest memories for the Wii, and this was something stupid that I did. My brother and I played it all the time. Sometimes he would play without me because he loved it. My stupid behind as a little kid thought, wonder if he's using it right now. I walk into my room. He's there playing Wii bowling. I didn't notice at first. I end up getting uppercutted with a Wii remote.
Strike.
In the
Oh my god, dude.
What's funny is he actually did get a strike.
I think there's been numerous times where I've actually thrown the Wii remote, like it wasn't fully strapped to my wrist, and I'm telling you, I'm skinny, dude. So like, in order for me to strap that thing to my wrist, I need duct tape. I need to wrap that thing around, right? And I feel like there's been numerous times where it just slipped right off my wrist into the TV. I can't tell you how many TVs my parents had to replace because I was like a Ugandan child.
That thing is a weapon when it gets off your wrist.
Am I the only one whose household like never had a problem with that?
No,
like we never broke a TV or a remote or anything. Like it never flew off of our wrist. Like I think y'all went way too extreme at Wii, man.
I wasn't go extreme at Wii. You're supposed to. It's not a game.
I had the cops called to my house several times when I was a child because my neighbors thought it was a domestic abuse issue, but it was really just us playing Wii Sports. It was bad.
I was the same, but it was Monopoly. Dude, Monopoly breaks families apart, man.
Dude, it does. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, man. My sister and her fiance came over for Thanksgiving, and we was all playing Monopoly. And there's legit, my brother took a video. I'll send this to you guys when I can, but my brother took a video of us legit fighting, dude, like just throwing back and forth, just words. And I was rewatching that video and I was like, damn, dude, this was Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever. I was like, a time where we're supposed to be loving and caring about each other, having a great time. We're really about to rip each other's heads off. It's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad. But yeah, I love Monopoly. One thing I don't like though, and I know you wanted to touch on this real quick, Max. Miles, are you in Texas right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you went through. I mean, I guess you can say you went through Hurricane Laura. But,
I thought it was Yanny.
I got through about 30 minutes of rain, and then it was over. That was the hurricane.
My hurricane happened today.
And, dude, earlier today I was going to the store and winds were picking up so heavy. I was like, do we have another one coming? Nah, it's just a windy day.
Well, yeah, when it started raining, it was I turned on the news because I was like, that was my mindset too. I was like, did I miss out on the Hurricane Karen or whatever that was coming through?
I know, right?
I was so confused. So I turned on the news and the dude was like, yeah, expect 60-mile-per-hour winds for the next few minutes. I'm like, what? I'm like,
Yeah, no, it apparently never even made landfall in Texas.
yeah,
It did. It barely did. Like all we got is rain, and that was it. Nothing else happened.
Yeah.
it touched
It was
Galveston.
All of it did hit. It did hit Louisiana and Lake Charles and all that area really hard, though.
Yeah, but
So,
yeah, dude, we missed that thing by a long shot, and I don't know, dude. I'm kind of happy, I guess, but at the same time, like, I'm the type of person I don't mind rain. You know,
I love it.
I honestly like if it's raining hard outside, dude. I'm snuggling up. I'm turning on a horror movie. I'm chilling, dude.
To your power.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly, till my power goes out.
oh, dude, I wish I could put on movies right now, man. I don't have internet yet. We've been running a Roku off of Kayla's hotspot. However, we have been watching The Avatar, so
Hey, nice.
That's a
Yeah.
TV show I've yet to get into. It just has not appealed to me.
Really?
I remember trying to watch it when I was younger, and then I think my biggest turning off point was the movie.
Okay,
The movie
hold
was
on.
terrible.
I remember watching the movie. Everyone was like, you know, this is probably like second or first grade. Everyone was like, dude, the Avatar movie's coming. I'm like, okay, let me check it
There
out.
were- There
Man,
were so many movies that we shouldn't have been hyped for as kids that we look back at now. I was hyped for a Three Stooges movie.
Look, kids are hyped for everything, and they're always happy when something that they like happens. But I remember as a kid going to that movie theater and coming out like, I want my money back.
dude.
No,
That's
I
how
had-
bad that movie is. It upset me as a kid. Like, you can't. It's hard to upset a kid like that with a movie. And I was like, that sucked.
Yeah, it really is hard to upset kids when it comes to movies. I can't think of one movie I've been, you know, I was pissed at after watching, I guess. I don't know.
You mean as a kid or currently?
Oh, as a kid. Currently, pff, give me a break.
I can name a few movies that you will rage quit this podcast for.
New Mutants for one. Saw that today.
Oh, yeah.
Far from
Man,
home.
Far From Home sucks. I'm sorry. Movie's not good. Movie's not good. It's not good.
It was okay. Can it not just be okay?
No. No, but New Mutants, man. I'm not gonna talk any spoilers in this video. However, I love the X-Men. I love the X-Men way more than the Avengers, like comics wise. I think they're
I agree.
a better team, right? They're one of the best comic book teams. The thing is,
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to New Mutants ever since that first trailer dropped, and I think it was like 2017. And
Mm-hmm.
dude, I have kept my hopes so high for this movie up until recently, simply because I'm an X-Men fan. Like I watched those trailers, man. I was like, okay, this movie doesn't look that good, but I'm gonna watch it anyway, just because I love, you know, the source material. I will say there has been a movie I've went to the theaters recently too, and I've walked out of, and I was like, I genuinely want a refund.
Mm-hmm.
I put my life on the line. Granted, I wore a mask, I socially distanced. However, I put my life on the line to watch a 2-hour movie that added nothing to my life at all. It was like staring at
Yeah.
paint dry with a couple like light effects.
I've always wondered, was that whole getting a refund for a ticket thing real? And if not, it should be at a certain... Because I always thought this, if you don't like a movie at a certain point, you can walk out and you should be able to get a refund. Like,
Well,
say you're 30 minutes into the movie and you don't like it.
I think in most theaters they do have like a 30-minute policy. But if the movie's like really bad, like everyone hates it. I forgot what movie. It was a movie like within the last 5 years.
Avatar.
No, dude. maybe. No, but within like the last 5 years, there was a movie that people went to and people just left in anger and rage, and like people at the box office gave them their money back. And I cannot put my finger.
Rage.
I cannot put my finger on what movie it was, but it was pretty recent that everyone equally hated this movie.
I'm trying to think. What's a movie some like people have unanimously hated? That's a lot. Not even recently. That's just a lot of movies.
But yeah, I respect I didn't get a refund obviously because I support the industry, although I probably should have. But yeah, if you guys if it's been on your radar, just wait for it to come out on Blu-ray. Do not risk your health to go see that movie.
Well, there are some things that are worth getting early, and I'm going to segue into the thing I've been waiting for months now because I love this game, Cyberpunk.
You're not.
Cyberpunk, yes.
You're never gonna get it. It got delayed till 2022, man.
No, it
No
didn't.
way.
No, it didn't.
What?
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Shut up. Shut up. This year's been full of disappointment. I don't need anything
I'm
else.
joking, Max.
2023.
Yeah, no, it was actually 2023.
This game can breathe life into this very, very lifeless world right now. When this game drops and it's as good as they say it is, which I have full faith it is, because the Witcher series was just as good as they said it was going to be, and it did more. This game is going to do the exact same thing.
So you and I talked about this a couple of days ago, and I practically told you that I feel like this game is going to be good. I feel like it's not going to live up to expectations, and I feel like some people's expectations for this game are unreachable. I really feel like people think that this game is going to be like, I don't know, it's going to reinvent the wheel, when in all actuality, I feel as if Cyberpunk 2077 is just going to be another RPG set in the future.
I hope not.
I don't.
Be set in the future. So wouldn't it be like, what's it called? The one game that came out last year. That's like futuristic.
The Outer Worlds.
Yeah, that.
No, that's
Yeah.
That's the same thing I drew it too. But the only difference between it and Cyberpunk is more of, okay, Outer Worlds was made by Obsidian, the same people who made Fallout New Vegas. It's a completely different vibe from Cyberpunk, which I know for a fact is going to have its own personality.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's definitely gonna have a mix of Watch Dogs in it, though.
I hope not. I hope not. I hate that series with a burning passion.
So I feel like Watch Dogs.
I'm talking about gameplay mechanics as far as that goes.
I feel like I wouldn't mind that in Cyberpunk. Like, if Cyberpunk had Watch Dogs elements, I feel like that would be good. I feel like Watch Dogs as a whole it's a decent package. I feel like the first one at least was marketed poorly.
Mm-hmm.
2 was good.
2 was good. The story was a little lackluster, but I feel like 2, other than the story, 2 made 1 better.
It did. It made the series better as a whole. I think there is going to be another Watch Dogs. Right?
Yeah, Legion. Yeah. Which that doesn't look too good right now. But
What?
yeah, dude, there was a Ubisoft thing I want to say a month or 2 back, and people were not happy with the state of that game, and it got delayed. It was supposed to come out earlier this year, but it got delayed because of COVID, and then it got delayed again, so now it's coming out next year.
Honestly, is there any gaming company that's doing okay right now aside from CD Projekt Red?
Activision.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Skyrim has announced Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, for no reason. For no reason.
Can we just kill Skyrim? And I hate to say it like this. The game has been around long enough. You have the base game. You have everything else. I'm still psyched for Elder Scrolls 6, but can we stop acting like Skyrim is the god tier of games? It's good, but it keeps getting uprooted like a terrible reboot.
I've never.
Well, I'm not. No, you gotta imagine though, because when the first Elder Scrolls came out, or Skyrim came, not Skyrim, but the first game in the series, and then you had like Elder Scrolls Dragonfall, then you had Oblivion, and so on and so on, and now we have Skyrim. It's set in Skyrim in Tamriel. It's about the world building in that game. The next one's gonna be set in Hammerfell.
Which I love.
It's just, yeah, I would love to be in Hammerfell. That'd be amazing. I love the concept of the game in as a whole, but Skyrim itself, it was a breaking point in the series. But like, I do agree with you that it's not like the god tier of all games, but the lore itself in that game is so extensive and so amazing. Elder Scrolls Online can screw off though.
For one, and I'm gonna say this right now, I for one haven't played Skyrim.
You need to.
You can kind of watch a lot and then get the idea. You can't do that with the lore is untouchable.
I played Oblivion. That's the only Elder Scrolls game I played. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a good game. Never got into Skyrim. I don't really. I don't know. I really don't follow like big trends. That's funny coming from me because I love superhero movies, but. I mean, I see the type of player base this game has, And I kind of get intimidated. I'm like, well, shit, man. If I play this game and let's say I don't like it, I feel like I'm gonna get roasted so hard for not liking like
Well,
this.
I like the game personally a lot more because of the lore surrounding it. Because I started off with Morrowind and Oblivion,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and those were old already by the time that I was playing them. And then when Skyrim came out, you know, it was new graphics, all this new stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and
VR.
new lore. That's what VR came out with Skyrim, like what, year, 2, 3 years ago?
Yeah, I think it was 2016 or 17.
Yeah, but I do agree that they need to stop remaking the game and remastering it.
Well, that's the same
Their
thing with
time
like
for that's over.
that's the same thing with like GTA 5, man. I remember during the
Mhm.
PlayStation
I was just
conference
thinking that.
when with the PlayStation conference and it opened up with a Rockstar logo, and I swear, dude, I was like, there's no way they're announcing like a Bully 2 or even a Bully remastered or a GTA 6 right now. There's no way. And then whenever GTA
Bully.
5 started rolling, I was like, well, of course there's no way they're going to announce that stuff. Come on, Jalen.
Well, Bully 2 would break the world right now if they announced
It
that.
would. Bully was an amazing game.
It was so much fun.
I feel like there's a lot of games under Rockstar that they have not touched that they need to expand on. Like, I would love to
Yeah.
see. I feel like this would be really
They're
hard to
putting
pull
all
off.
of their effort into GTA 5. They're
Yeah.
still
For no
coming out
reason.
with new stuff for it.
They're putting
For
more
no
effort.
reason.
They're putting more effort into GTA 5 than they are Red Dead Online.
Yeah, they're
Red
putting more
Dead-
effort into GTA 5 than they have all of their past games combined.
Bro, Red Dead,
Making up money.
bro,
Yeah,
for Red Dead
yeah, it
Online-
does still rake in money. From a business standpoint, smart, because there's
Right.
still a very large player base for GTA 5.
Red Dead Online was dead before it even started. It had no chance in life.
Is that a pun? Because we don't do puns
Yeah.
around here.
No, sir.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of games under Rockstar's belt that they have a lot of potential with. Like, dude, I would love to, and this would be extremely hard to pull off in today's social climate, political climate. I would love to see another Manhunt game. I remember playing those games on PS2.
yes.
Like, if they manage to pull off another Manhunt game, that would be amazing. I feel as if they should make another Max Payne game. You know, Remedy made the first two. Max Payne 3 was by far one of the best shooters I've ever played, and I'm not even a fan of third-person shooters. I love that game. Freaking.
It's all.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Oh, it's always like the games that were good back then that companies forget about, that were ones that would have the most impact now. And
Exactly.
I've had so much anger with this company for the longest time, but I still use their service because I have no self-control. Valve, they have gold, and I mean gold, that they can use now, but they have not used any of it.
Half-Life.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're still waiting on the new Half-Life.
All we got is we got Alex. That's all we're getting.
Yeah.
Well, there's supposedly going to be a Half-Life movie in the works, but
Why though?
They're working on a movie before the next game.
I feel like
It's a
I-
tie.
We've been asking for a new game for years now.
And
And they were
I-
like, you guys want a game? We were like, yeah. They were like, you really want a game? We were like, yeah, we really want a game. Here's a movie.
Why?
Just watch the movie tie-in.
If it's a tie-in, I'm gonna be even more mad.
it's going to be like the
Movie
Ratchet and
tie-in.
Clank movie.
Yep.
Bruh, come on, don't do that to us.
That's exactly what
gonna
it's going to be like.
I hope it's not a tie-in, because that's like, you have the lore you already set up in... Actually, at this point, it's 4 games, because Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2, and there was episodes Half-Life Episode 1 and 2. Then if you did a movie to that, you're either continuing or you're making a prequel. Either one could be done in a very easy Half-Life Episode 3.
Yeah.
And
What
that
they-
would take not nearly as long.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. You guys know about Minecraft
Half-Life
Story Mode?
Episode 3.
You guys know about Minecraft
Yeah.
Story Mode? You know how it's on Netflix, so you can play the game on Netflix?
Huh?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can
I
play
did.
you can play Minecraft Story Mode on Netflix. Or I think a better example of what I'm trying to say here is what's it called? Black Mirror Bandersnatch or whatever.
Oh, that. Yes.
What if Half-Life the movie is an interactable game on Netflix? Would that
I will be accepting of that. I will still
Yeah.
not be. I'll accept it.
I'm
I will
not-
still be like, you could have gotten the game, but it's like, okay, this is fine.
For me, it's gonna be the same as like when you're mad at your parents and they still like bring you a cookie, and you like begrudgingly accept it. You're like, fine,
I'll
you
accept
can go up
this.
and eat the cookie. You know?
You're eating it as you're walking away angry.
But
Like, I don't want no. Oh,
But like,
stinking
a solid
It's
9
like
times
you
out of
want
10.
to be angry, but like you still got something.
exactly.
I feel like that'd be interesting. I kind of hope that doesn't happen. I'd rather just get a game, but I feel like that'd be like, you know, Valve's like way of saying, "Hey, got you again."
Dude, I feel like hoping and praying for some games to come out just makes it that much non-existent to happen. Like, you know how many Zelda remakes that they could do on the Switch that will never
Oh,
happen?
man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, a Wind Waker on the Switch would look gorgeous. That is never gonna happen.
Speaking of the Switch, there's a lot of rumors, and I want to kind of transition
New
into.
Switch next year?
Yeah, there is supposed to be a new Switch, and it's supposed to be 4K compatible, and it's supposed to compete directly with the Xbox Series X and S and the PS5. And
That's just confusing to me. A
Can
4K
I still
Switch.
take it on the go?
yeah,
That's
so
a real question.
that's my thing. I feel like Nintendo shouldn't be trying to compete directly with those two competitors simply because their market is simply it's a portable market. That's the whole.
Yeah.
Sony tried it. It didn't work for Sony. Microsoft never tried it. Nintendo owns that market of portability and gaming
Well,
all at the same time.
It didn't work for Sony because they just gave up.
Yeah, they didn't. I'm sorry.
Hey,
The PS Vita
They
is a
dropped the ball.
the PS Vita is a great handheld device, and they never marketed it. They never supported it. I play my Vita to this day, and it's so sad thinking that this handheld device has so much potential.
I have my Vita right next to me. Yeah.
It's such
Low key, a handheld Microsoft device would be kind of cool.
yeah. It's called your
If
phone.
they could pull that off.
Yeah.
You know what I meant.
Alienware is working on something
Game
like that.
Pass.
Alienware's just on fire recently.
Alienware's-
They are. They've been coming out with a lot of stuff.
My only thing with if Nintendo does have like a new handheld console coming out, I want them to fix the stupid joystick
For the love of
joystick
God.
grip issue.
Mhm.
For the love of God, joystick is like the most important part of any controller. Because it's where most of your hand is resting.
Just get a keyboard.
Yeah, I've always said PC is better. That's why I have this
PC
laptop.
is better.
Those cherry
PC
MX keys, boy.
Like, for real, console can't compete with PC because PC just kind of has everything a console can't do.
Except
Yeah.
exclusives. It's the only reason why I have a PlayStation, dude. I'm sorry. There's not a single like PC exclusive that's keeping me away from a PlayStation.
Don't
That's-
remind me, Jalen. I know.
That's-
I'm bad about that.
That's the only thing. I feel like there's value to every single platform, and this is why I despise, and this goes neck and neck with like Apple versus Android. I despise that argument. I find value in a Nintendo console, an Xbox console, a PlayStation, PC. I find value in all of them. Obviously, you're gonna get your
I do
best.
too.
You're gonna get your best quality out of PC. You might have your best, exclusives out of PlayStation or Nintendo. You might have your best online experience with Microsoft, Xbox. But I feel like to say that one is objectively better than the other is, I don't know. I feel like the way gaming has worked up until this point is piggybacking off each other and piggybacking off the success of the competitors. The PlayStation would not even be a thing if Nintendo didn't do well back in the 90s.
Very true. You can also tell that there's some consoles that are kind of the forefront because whenever you see a new game being advertised, you always see PS4 first on the list.
Yeah.
You
Rightfully
always
so.
see, it's weird because you
The
often
only
see...
thing that
go ahead.
keeps me away from them is my bank account because I can't afford those at the moment. Consoles, it's just
So
I've
your
had my
PC.
PC for so long. I know that is not gonna happen. No, sir. I put too much time and effort into building that thing and money
No, I
to
understand
the point that I have none left.
That's what I'm going to do with my next PC whenever I start building it. I'm going to make it mine to where I never had to buy the system. I'm still getting a PS5, but it's like a PC for me is the best platform only because there's so much that it can do that a console can only do with a set amount of rules. It's like okay, I'll put it this way. The whole thing with me and Android and Apple is very closed-circuited. You can't do much to customize an Apple device. Android, you can do everything to customize it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like being at a pool with and without a lifeguard.
Yes.
You know,
without
one
the lifeguard,
you can run at and dive, and the other one you can't.
Yeah. But yeah, no. On the topic
I'm
of,
not saying run around pools, by the way. You're
I
gonna
well, I was gonna say skinny dip, but I'm glad we're on different pages there.
Okay. We're not on the same page, man. You're in a different book.
But yeah, no. I mean, while we're on the topic of these next gen consoles, there's a lot of rumors and speculations for the PS5 in this price, as well as the Xbox console. So as of right now, I think the real sticking rumor is that the PS5 will be $500 with the disc tray, and without the disc tray, the all digital version will be $400. And
I'll take that.
they'll launch.
This tray cost $100.
It's a 4K Blu-ray player. It's a 4K Blu-ray player, bro. It's a 4K Blu-ray player. What'd you expect?
This still costs
So this is a DVD player. This isn't a DVD player.
That was so funny.
So, hey Max, how about this?
PC terms, I was like, I can run and grab one for $50 right now.
Not a 4K one, bro. I'm telling you right now. Maybe a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, no,
But
I didn't realize it played in 4K.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh my god, I was not ready for that. I'm sorry.
And yeah, the big rumor is, as of right now, is that they'll launch on, at least the PS5, is that they'll launch on November 13th. Now, as far as Xbox goes, there's a lot of people saying that Xbox is not only going to be the more powerful console, but it's going to sell less. And they're going to have
It's a fridge.
they're going to also they're going to also have 2 SKUs of that as well. So they're going to have the Xbox Series X, which is the most powerful Xbox console to date, and then there's this rumored, it's all but confirmed, Xbox Series S. So it's gonna be a little bit less powerful. It's actually gonna be less powerful than the PS4 Pro, but they're marketing that as a new console. And the rumor is, what's up?
I was gonna ask, how many more Xboxes do you think are gonna come out before Microsoft stops making them?
Probably one, honestly, dude. They're running out of ideas.
I feel like this console generation has a lot to prove in terms of longevity. So we're getting to a point. It doesn't matter what you get, PC or consoles. As far as gaming goes. I mean, obviously you can do more on PC. That's just a given. Mm-hmm. However, we're getting to a technology cap, right? And these consoles can already support 8K resolution.
True.
The thing is, we're at a moment where 8K TVs, yes, they're on the market. However, they are not consumer, priced for the consumer right now. They're priced for rich people. Let's be real right now.
Yeah.
8K won't be a thing for, I'd say, another 10 years when it starts becoming mainstream. 4K has been around since like 2010. We're just now getting 4K consoles. Okay, that's because 4K was so expensive back then. The thing is here, let's say the PS5 generation, the PS5 and Xbox Series X's generation only lasts 5 years, which is a rumor. After that, right? After 5 years, the highest resolution we can go to again would be 8K. So we're reaching like a cap, and I feel like this next generation of gaming as a whole is going to have a lot to prove for itself as far as longevity goes. And whether or not the tech can, keep up. Because as of right now, it's looking like we're going to start slowing down. And
just you wait till 16K though. Just you wait.
Realistically speaking, yeah, it probably will happen when we're 80. Okay.
Probably. We can't keep going up in resolution this easily. It takes time.
But the thing is also, right, the human eye can only perceive, like, at max, like, the normal human eye can perceive, like, 4K resolution. It can only perceive, like, 4K resolution at, like, 120, like, frames per second or something like that. That is the most detail and the fastest fluidity we can see.
Honestly, I said this to be funny at one point, but I was at a Best Buy, and they were casting there was a TV that was curved. It was really nice, and they were casting a picture of a flowery field.
Mhm.
And I asked the guy what the resolution was. He said it's 8K. And in my mind, I thought, well, I could just go outside.
Yeah.
I could literally just go outside to see this. It's like we can't. Graphics aren't everything in pretty much everything we watch. Like some things look terrible, but they're good, and some things look great, but they're terrible in content. So the look of something doesn't matter. It's more just
How
what
good,
is it exactly?
yeah, how
what it
good the
offers.
content actually is. And I feel like, as we reach this cap in gaming and even film, it's going to be very interesting to see, I guess, when the next, leap will be. Because the leap from PS3 and Xbox 360 to PS4 and Xbox One was not large at all. At the beginning of this console generation, those consoles were running games at 720. The Xbox One was running Call of Duty Ghosts and Battlefield 4 at 720p in
And that was so
2013.
good.
And so we're just now getting to the brink of 4K. I feel like, things are going to start slowing down even more than they already have. And I don't know,
I
dude.
think that also goes with everything, though, not just film and gaming.
True.
With advancements in general. And to speak in the broader scope of things, I truly believe that progress as a species is going to start slowing down quite a bit until we become interplanetary.
What?
Hey, you're not wrong.
That's just my theory on it. Until we start discovering new elements on different planets or different solar systems, we're going to slow down as a species and start to stagnate.
Yeah, because you can only make so much stuff with the stuff we have here.
Eventually,
Exactly.
we're going to need something else in demand.
Exactly.
And we were really off the rails here. This is next level.
This is what I wanted to be like, boys. But yeah, dude, I agree with you. I didn't even think about it from like a broader scale. But yeah, dude, I feel like, technology it's capped as of right now. There's only so much we can do. There's only so much we can see. There's only so much we can make with it. And I feel like 8K is really going to be the next. Obviously, it's going to be the next 4K, right? Obviously, it's going to be the next 1080p. But I feel like it's going to have a longer stay than both of those combined.
Yeah, I agree.
So
No. Hey, at least I was gonna say, at least PC will always be here. I'm biased, okay? I love PC.
yeah, man, I love playing
Well, I
Roblox
mean-
too.
What one of the benefits of PC though is that you don't have to wait for that next generation to come out. Whenever there's that advancement, granted, it's definitely more expensive.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can just
But whenever
put it in.
there's that next advancement, yeah, you can go. It's all modular, you know.
Yep. And I think that's another reason why I gravitate towards console a little bit more. Not only do I have a lot of friends over there, but it's cheaper as like the whole.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well,
true.
box wise, I say over time, definitely way more expensive. But box wise, let's say, I want to play some new games that are optimized for like 4K, 60 FPS, right? I would have to upgrade my graphics card and maybe my motherboard and maybe even my case, depending on how big the graphics card itself is. That's well into, depending on some specs, that's well into the thousands. But I feel like you
Well,
get
if
way
you
more
want
for
to be
your money.
generous with it though, yeah, but if you want to be generous with it though, at the most you're only going to get about 2 generation cycles out of your console.
Yeah.
True.
After that generation past the next one comes out, your console is going to become obsolete.
Yeah.
It's the same with what happened with the original Xbox when the 360 came out. People started using it less, but it was still usable. But halfway into the 360 lifespan, the original Xbox was gone.
Especially
Service
with
for Live was turned off.
100%, and especially with like the inclusion of like backwards compatibility.
Oh, yeah.
The ability to put in, let's say, your Xbox, your OG Xbox game into your Xbox One and play it. There's me personally, I'm always going to keep my PlayStations. I don't care what backwards compatibility comes out. I don't care. I want to. It's just something I like. I like collecting my consoles, and So that's just me, but for the common person who is going into this console generation wanting to get a new PS5 or wanting to get a new Xbox, knowing that they can play all their PS4 games or all their Xbox One games on the next gen hardware, what's the point in even keeping it? They're going to sell that console. They're going to sell their PS4 and Xbox One to put money towards the next console.
Exactly.
So, yeah, dude, I agree with you. But when it comes to PC, you definitely do get more for what you pay for.
Yeah, but you definitely are going to be paying more.
Yeah,
for sure.
At least to put it all together.
Yeah, initially, like I said, over time, dude. I mean, on PC, you don't have to pay to play online. I've been paying.
Exactly. Well, you got to pay for internet, but
yeah.
But honestly, you have to pay for internet for your PlayStation
have to pay for
as well.
internet either way. Yeah.
So I've been paying $60 to play online for the past 7 years, man. That just starts adding up. It really starts adding up.
I don't know why we have to pay for that service, though. It's basically the same. Like, if console wants to be on the same level of PC, they would do away with stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because PC, that whole you don't have to pay to play online thing is second to none. That is a huge reason why I love playing on PC.
I think there's a lot of factors that go into that. I mean, we can even talk about like the simple stuff like advertising. You don't see Steam advertising ever.
Oh, never.
Yeah, exactly.
I
would say the last time that I saw a Steam commercial was when their Steam controller came out.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people even bought that.
No, that thing is trash. I use it. It's trash.
Yeah, I never bothered with it.
I remember, I think I was like 12. I saw a Team Fortress 2 commercial. It was
wow.
Old, man. Like, old.
Oh, wow.
If that doesn't make you feel old, nothing will.
Mm-hmm.
I was 12, and that was new.
I'll tell you what makes me feel old, dude. And that's the, I forgot what it was called on PlayStation 3, but it had Team Fortress.
The orange box.
Yes, the orange box. And I remember getting that for Christmas for my PlayStation 3. And I had Team Fortress 2. I want to say Half-Life, right? And Portal. Yeah. Was it Portal?
Yep.
Yeah. That, oh my god.
I had that for my Xbox 360, dude, and it was like one of the first person shooters I had ever played was Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
I had one of those moms. So I wasn't able to play.
From Home Alone is 46 now.
Gee, what?
Yeah.
That movie didn't even come out when we were born. Well, some of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, God.
Time flies, dude. Really, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of time, oh, go ahead. I gotta hear that.
Oh, I was gonna say that I like to make my coworkers feel old by telling them that kids born in 2002 have already graduated. Oh, it's so much fun.
Well, I'll tell you, I was talking to my mom yesterday, and I was like, dude, next year will be the 20th anniversary of 9/11.
Oh my god.
And my brother looks at me, he's like, yeah, well, next year you'll be 20 as well. Because I was born the day after. And I was like, I was thinking about it. I was like, dude, next year, like, that happened 20 years ago. And to think I was, still kicking it. And yeah, dude, it's crazy how fast time has gone by, dude. It really is. And especially like this year, a year where a lot of us have just been cooped up and chilling for the most part. It's really weird to think that 3 months ago we were still seniors and now it's over. Yeah. Like, I was looking, you know how Snapchat does that thing where it shows you, if you go to like your camera roll or whatever.
Your flashbacks?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I was looking at that and it was like 1 year ago and it was like Jake and I in class like messing around. I was like, this was a year ago? I was about to shed a tear because I was like, dude, what happened? I messaged Jake. I was like, dude, it's crazy to think that
you guys remember that broom challenge?
Oh my god.
That day where brooms, you could stand them up?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's true in 2020, right?
Dude,
yes.
The dress.
That happened in 2020.
Oh my god. I felt like it just happened. The dress.
Yeah.
Whenever people were debating.
Oh, yeah. The blue gold. Yeah.
People debated over the stupidest stuff.
They still do.
But yeah, man.
I always think of when time flies. I have a quote from a song. It's a Daft Punk song. Jalen, you might have heard it before. Fragments of Time.
Yep.
I love quoting it because it sums up getting older in the perfect way.
You love quoting it
just
because you love Daft Punk.
And what's your point? What's your point? The quote is, it's part of it. It's I'll just keep playing back these fragments of time because everywhere I go is a moment to shine. Essentially saying no matter how old you get, there's still going to be things you can do and things that you will make a part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no one moment to look back on. They're all moments that make you who you are.
Damn, that's deep.
Yeah.
And yes, yeah. I just said it because I love Daft Punk. Is that what you said before?
Yep.
It's just that it was a team quote.
I will say, speaking of how I used to feel, when I saw that Batman trailer, you guys seen the trailer, right?
Yes.
The trailer for the Batman.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Max, why?
Dude, I've been doing nothing but working this entire time.
Max,
Should have been doing nothing, working, and watching it.
do you have your phone on you right now?
I'm using Discord on my phone at the moment because I don't have internet, so I can't be on my PC.
Boy, oh boy, let me tell you something. You're gonna watch this trailer once we're done here, but I felt when I watched that trailer, and this movie looks amazing, and I've said that this movie would be amazing for the longest time. When I watched that trailer, I felt the same way I felt when I first watched that Joker trailer. Just pure
Oh, yeah.
excitement. I was like, this is exactly what DC needs to stick with, this super gritty, dark, one-off stories.
They are killing it, bro. They are killing it recently.
Once again, you and I were talking about this, Miles, and I told you I feel like the future of the DC universe is a lot brighter than the future of the Marvel universe.
Oh, it's gotta be because people. What is there to really look forward to Marvel? Like I was done with the TV shows after Defenders. I don't really care much about the movies coming forward. I liked Far From Home. We'll get back to that. I know you hate me for that, but also it's just like. What else can they do? Endgame was of their entire like franchise. They can't do much else.
I was about to say Marvel's gonna start stagnating really soon.
Yeah, and I feel like I've told this to numerous people. Like I've gotten my time's worth out of Marvel, dude. I've got my 12 years from Iron Man to it was 11. I'm thinking about 2020. But I got
Iron Man the Endgame.
Iron Man: A Far From Home. Unfortunately, no, we can go to Iron Man: The Endgame. We can do that. But
that comes out, before what's it called, Far From Home. So
yep. But I got my 11 years out of it, man. I got my story. I got my beginning, middle, and end. And it's really odd thinking that the next movie in the Marvel universe is bringing back a character that's already dead. I'm like, I already know this is a trend that they're going to go down, and this isn't going to be a good one. And like the characters I want to see, like the Blade movie, which I swear, if they make this movie PG-13, I'm gonna be mad. I have nothing to say for Disney at this point, but. The movies I want to see, like Blade or The Eternals, are, movies that I feel like we should be getting before a Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
So,
and also, it's the fact that DC is pretty much taking up the mantle of what movies you look more like. There's always that franchise you're going to look forward to every year. They're going to release a new movie. At one point, it was Pirates. Then it led to other franchises doing the same. DC might just take that and they're going to do really well with it. What's the DC movie coming out this year?
Wonder Woman.
It's like that. You're going to think, okay, what's the DC movie coming out this year? You're instantly going to know which one you're looking forward to. Beginning, middle, and end of the year, it's going to be DC when it used to be Marvel.
I do think it will be like that, and I honestly, it's really hard for me to remember the DC movies, like not like the DC movies themselves, but especially like what years they came out in. When it comes to Marvel, I can tell you every single movie that came out every single year. I can tell you what years the MCU skipped and stuff like that. Like, but as far as DC goes, I can already like think of like the timeline of DC, like not even the DCU movies, but just DC movies in general, and be like, this is coming out here, here, and here. And I'm like, someone asked me like, when's Eternals or Shang-Chi coming out. I'm like, I don't know, dude. Sometime,
Oh.
sometime soon. I hope.
What else does Marvel actually have planned now? I'm curious because
Um,
DC.
they have quite a few Disney Plus shows planned. I honestly don't know all of them. They have like Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision, What If.
Oh god.
I heard
Oh,
that
God.
they might be going buddy with Sony for Spider-Woman. So
Why?
Did you hear
They
who
gotta
might?
stop doing
So
that.
did you hear who might be directing that?
Who?
Olivia Wilde, which she directed Booksmart, and
Oh.
that's a great movie. And she also played Korra in Tron Legacy. And
Really?
she was also in the movie In Time with Justin Timberlake. She has quite the extensive career, but she's transitioning more from being an actress to being a director and writer and stuff like that.
All right, I can see that.
Obviously, I want this just to be a good Spider Woman movie, but
mhm.
even then, even after watching like Booksmart, a movie about females, a female-led movie, I'm not even scared of it having like, let's just say, an SJW propaganda, you know, issue. Which for me, I'm not gonna lie, dude, I really don't mind the whole SJW stuff. It really doesn't faze me at all because
Same.
when I go watch a movie, I'm not watching it to be political. I'm watching it to
Yeah.
if I enjoy it, I enjoy it. If I don't, I don't. Captain Marvel, it's not a great movie, but it's not a bad movie, So I thought it was a good, one
it was
watch.
aight.
Yeah, it really was. But I'm not over here busting my balls because a woman's in that movie and because she makes fun of men. I mean, obviously she's gonna do that. She's a woman.
I agree. It's like people had some backlash about that one scene in Endgame where on the bath, but I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and people
Like,
said it was shoehorn. I was like, what? This scene's perfect.
No.
I was gonna say it would be shoehorned if you cut away from something that was for that.
Yeah,
Nothing was going on, and that just happened. I thought it fit perfectly.
it was really clean. But yeah, dude, the DC universe looks so much more promising. And like me personally, I love the DC comics way more than the Marvel comics. I love the darker and gritty tone.
I agree.
I love the source material. Like DC comics beat Marvel comics by a long shot. The animated films are way better. The only thing Marvel has going for it, and the only reason why Marvel is as popular as it is because of the MCU. I'm sorry. The comics are legendary. The comics are great. Stan Lee did an amazing job. But I feel like, personal preference as far as that goes, I love the DC stories way more than the Marvel stories.
No, I do too. Especially, I forgot the specific story. It was a Batman story Batman Beyond.
Oh yes,
I love Batman Beyond.
yes. Batman
Also,
Beyond's,
really biased. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Batman Beyond's great, dude. Everyone here has watched Batman Beyond, right? I hope so,
Yes.
dude. It's one of the best TV shows ever.
You also know exactly why I love the DC too, Jalen, because you know who my favorite DC superhero is.
Yep, Martian Manhunter.
I will forever be a Martian Manhunter fan over anyone. The only second is Flash. And we are never getting a good Flash movie. I'm sorry, I said it.
I think so. I think this upcoming Flash movie has a lot of potential. I just don't like Ezra Miller. But supposedly, I don't like his acting. Plus, they made him run like an idiot in the Justice League movie.
I wasn't over that either.
But
I was laughing the whole time he was on screen.
dude, it was bad. But supposedly the Flash movie is supposed to be the Flashpoint story, and they're going to be tying in the Michael Keaton Batman films into the Flashpoint movie. So they're going to make
Heard about that.
they're going to try to make the Michael Keaton Batman films canon with the DCEU, and I was like, whoa. Like,
That's cool. That's cool.
that
Isn't it
would
before
be
Batman
something.
Forever?
Yeah, it would only be Batman and Batman Returns.
Mm.
Okay.
So
I kind of like that idea. That's cool.
I love that. And supposedly he's going to go back in time. The thing is, with normal Flashpoint though, whenever he goes back in time to like the alternate, reality or whatever, instead of encountering Bruce Wayne, Thomas Wayne is Batman. So I think in this upcoming Flashpoint movie that we're going to get, instead of Thomas Wayne being Batman, it's going to still be Bruce Wayne, but it's just going to be like maybe another Earth Bruce Wayne or something like that.
All right.
But I thought that was a really, really cool idea.
There was also a whole thing I thought DC should do that they probably but it would be a good idea to try and branch this out into a movie. Like, say you had the different versions of Batman. We all know what they are, at least most of the notable ones. If you turn that into a movie series.
I think I want to say what's his name? Christian Bale and Michael Keaton are supposed to be in the Flash TV show pretty soon as Batman.
Really?
Yep. Well, I know no, it's Christian Bale and Ben Affleck and no, excuse me, it's Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, and they're trying to get Christian Bale in there in the Flash TV show. Now, this is confirmed. And the thing is with the Flash TV show is it's canon with the DC universe, right? It's canon with the DCEU. Because Ezra Miller's Flash has met Grant Gustin's Flash, all that's happened. I feel like this is the issue with DC. They need to take their time with this. They need to really plan this out.
And that's the problem.
I feel like when we think about the DCU up until this point, all they've been trying to do is catch up with Marvel. They were like when the DCEU started, Marvel was already Thor: The Dark World, so they were trying to play catch up, right? They were trying to play catch up. I feel like now that the main MCU story's done, the main MCU story's done. Take your time, reflect, rewrite some stuff if you need to. You have nothing to prove now. Just make good movies. Joker was a great movie. Granted, it wasn't in the DCEU, but just that was a movie that was nothing but passion and care, right?
Oh, for sure.
Justice League was a shoehorn movie trying to compete with Infinity War. So they need to take their time with this stuff. That's all it boils down to.
And also, they really got to expand with the directors, too, because they have some good names right now.
Yeah, they need to stop relying on Zack Snyder.
For real. Like, make it a bunch of other people directing different. Then you can choose to make them standalones. Because obviously you can't blend direct. Well, you sometimes can, but you really want to do the whole single story idea, which you and I even said was probably the strongest point of DC, is that they made so many different stories. Then they can easily just do that. And then that's their whole thing. Different director, different movie, different character. And it's perfect.
I wish what they would kind of do, honestly, is like trilogies based off the stories. So maybe like a New 52, instead of making like a whole like cinematic universe, just make like a New 52 trilogy. Make like a Flashpoint trilogy. Because I'm sorry, Flashpoint is a story that you cannot do in just one movie.
You can't. It's a trilogy.
Unless that movie is like 5 hours long, like Flashpoint is not a one movie thing. I feel like they need to do smaller scale stuff, dude. I really do. And I feel like that's the biggest issue with competition. I love competition, right? Competition brings out the best in both worlds. But I feel like when it comes to competition, especially between DC and Marvel, you see a lot of, oh, well, Marvel did this, so let me do this. It will work then. No.
Yeah.
No.
But now it's not a monopoly anymore.
So, yeah, that's just not the way to go, man. That is really not it.
Also killing it when it comes to games right now, because Marvel games are trash. I don't want to talk about what they tried to do with a Marvel game.
Miguel, what's your thoughts on the beta, the Marvel's Avengers beta?
I had some issues with it, but that's with the servers and stuff.
Okay.
That was like first day. I found it kind of fun, so.
Yeah, I didn't play it at all. I felt like if I'm gonna play this game, I'm just gonna, go into it with my first try.
I agree.
But I will say, when I love the DC games, don't get me wrong, I feel like the DC games are amazing. The Arkham trilogy, the Lego games, I feel like they're all great. Even the Telltale Batman games, those are really good. But I saw the trailer for Gotham Knights, which I hate the DC game continuity right now, because Gotham Knights is a game that, it picks up where Arkham Knight left off. However,
it was connected though.
No.
Some people said it wasn't.
No.
Some people said it wasn't connected.
No, Gotham Knights isn't connected. That's the thing.
Okay.
It's not in the Arkham universe at all. However, the way Arkham Knight ends is the way Gotham Knights starts. The Suicide Squad killed the Justice League's canon with the Arkham games, but
what? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
How?
That's I don't know. It's confusing.
Rocksteady is making the Suicide Squad game, and Warner Bros. Montreal is making the Gotham Knights game. Warner Bros. Montreal also made Arkham Origins. That's besides the point.
Okay.
Gotham Knights, I will say, it looks like Marvel's Avengers, but better. It looks way more fun.
I'll agree.
It like I was watching that trailer for that game, and I was like, this looks exactly like Marvel's Avengers, but
Oh, come on. Don't make that comparison.
better. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I like the characters more, or if it's because the game genuinely looks better. But I don't know. I'm a lot more excited for Gotham Knights than I am Marvel's Avengers.
I really am hoping what we get is like Arkham, like the Arkham series, but like the same vibe, the same pretty much everything as the Arkham games, but you just get to pick and choose who you want to use.
Mhm.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I got you. Yeah. Which as far as the games go, dude, the Arkham trilogy is like the best, the best of superhero games. People can say
Oh,
what
abs-
people can say what they want about Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man PS4. I'm sorry. The Arkham trilogy blows those games out of the water.
No, the story of Spider. Okay, I hate to say this because it's kind of an unpopular. Well, no, I don't hate to say it. It's more. It is an unpopular opinion. The story of the Spider-Man game PS4.
Oh god.
It was just okay.
No. You see, Far From Home was just okay. Spider-Man PS4 was good. Spider-Man PS4 was great. The story was awesome.
Okay, I thought the story was good. I just thought it was okay because it felt like it was shoehorning everything we already do, which was the point. I get it, but it's like I already. It's just like it felt like it was stacking everything that we knew from Spider-Man lore on top of each other. It's like what it was like what Spider-Verse did, but not well. I still enjoyed the game. I still enjoyed the game very much. It was just a lot of. I don't want to say fan service because that's not the right word. It was just a lot of what we knew about already, and they were just putting it into a story format. Like the Sinister Six came out of nowhere.
Yeah, the Sinister Six was kind of shoehorn. I think that is my least favorite part of the game. I mean, if we're talking straight from a story perspective, yeah, that probably is my least favorite part of the game. But I feel like it was way more a Peter story and way more about him. Although this is an older Peter and he's still trying to be Spider-Man. That's the issue. He's older and he's still trying to be Spider-Man. He doesn't have it down to a pat. Things still happen uncontrollably and unpredictably. So I like that.
I do. Spider-Man is just an everyday person, which is his whole thing. He is just a normal person that tries to do the right thing. He's a self-made superhero.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, dude, I don't know. As far as video games go, dude, I'm honestly kind of burnt out. I guess probably because I've been spending a lot of time playing them these last few months. But real quick, I want to talk about this new Call of Duty game, right? Black Ops Cold War.
I need to watch the trailer, but I've seen what it looks like, and I haven't yet.
Man,
just spoil it for me. It's fine.
I gotta say, dude, I love Call of Duty, right? It's just that game you get every single year. It's like a Marvel movie. You go see it every single year.
Well, you used to.
Yeah, now I'm not. But I have a lot of history with the franchise, and I've enjoyed it for the most part. These recent Call of Duties, I mainly play for multiplayer. These recent CODs have had pretty lackluster multiplayers, in my opinion. The thing is with this game is takes place after Black Ops 1, so it's canonical with the other Black Ops games. It takes place right.
I did hear about that, and I was happy to hear that they're actually continuing a storyline.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're not doing like just a full-on reboot like they did with this last Modern Warfare game. I'm glad they're working with the source material. And so it takes place after the first Black Ops game, and we haven't seen multiplayer, which that's my bread and butter. However, I do like a good story. So the campaign looks so much fun. It looks like traditional Call of Duty. It looks so great. And from what we hear, as far as multiplayer goes, is fast-paced, 3-lane design will most likely be returning to the maps. And that's all I want, dude. My biggest issue with COD nowadays is let's talk Black Ops 4, for example, a borderline hero shooter. You know,
Yeah,
if I want to play a hero shooter, I'll play Overwatch. Let's talk Modern Warfare right now. You know, a super large scale tactical shooter. If I want to play something large scale, I'll play Battlefield. If I want to play a tactical shooter, I'll play Siege. I want Call of Duty to stay true to what it used to be, and that's an arcade shooter. I don't need anything super large scale. I need a game that I can hop on for a few hours on end, play, have some fun, get some camos, and get off. That's it. And
agreed.
I feel like COD is on this. You know, it's kind of it's pulling a DC right now, and they need to stop. In the sense that I feel like Call of Duty back in the day used to be the trendsetter, right? I feel like, you know, every single time you heard about a new FPS coming out, everyone always questioned, is this going to be the COD killer, right?
And nothing ever was.
Yeah, nothing was. But nowadays, you never hear about that despite all the FPS games coming out because COD is dead. You know, what made COD amazing is gone. It's no longer a thing. So,
and also, speaking of which, sorry. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like instead of being the trendsetter nowadays, COD is just the trend follower. You know, we never seen this large scale, you know, gunplay. We never seen this hero shooter elements until Overwatch, till Siege, till Battlefield really started blowing up lately. It's like
it's all about the money, man.
It is. Yeah, they have battle royale in it, which I mean, I understand, but.
Battle Royale has got to come and go at some point. Like, it was good, but it's still around, like, people are still involved. It's kind of not. A lot of stuff tried to do it, and it died in the process. How many need to, like, die in order for Battle Royale to not be a trend anymore?
Yeah, Max's favorite game is Fortnite, but we don't talk about that.
You should be a comedian, Dylan.
Max cried on Twitter whenever they took it off the App Store.
Yeah, real funny.
Hey, that is a war. They are warring with each other right now.
That's funny, dude.
And also, I wanted to say Battlefield, which, okay, I want Battlefield to go back to being, but they haven't been back in a while, and I don't know what EA and DICE is doing, but I need a Battlefield again. I fell in love with Battlefield 4, and I played it for the longest time. And I even loved Hardline, even though a lot of people didn't. I love the Battlefield series.
Yeah, you can't talk to me about not liking Far From Home now. Hardline! Hardline is the Far From Home of gaming, Miles.
I get it, okay? It wasn't good. The story was trash. Multiplayer was good, though.
The multiplayer was fun. I like the cops and robbers stuff.
See, they had the right idea. They had the right genre for it. They just didn't execute it properly.
Mm-hmm.
Which is literally the story of
Wasn't the
games.
campaign... I haven't played the campaign in a while, but wasn't it like a TV show?
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was a TV show.
Really play it.
Yeah, man, that was...
I played it for a little bit, and I was like, I'm going back on the multiplayer.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I tried playing it. The multiplayer is what you're there for with Battlefield. The story is sometimes okay.
I feel like that's with a lot of, shooters.
But the last good Battlefield story was Battlefield 1 storyline, which really hit hard.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was. Like that, back in time, Battlefield is good, but I want modern Battlefield because I missed playing Conquest for one with modern day weapons.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't know where they've been. They kind of went into hiding for, Battlefield hasn't been mentioned at all this year.
Yeah, they're probably not going to have one come out this year, I'd imagine. They're not, but next year most likely. And it's kind of weird that they haven't even mentioned one because they stopped support not only on Battlefront 2 but also Battlefield 5. There's no more content coming out for that game anymore, so it's kind of odd that they stopped supporting their biggest two multiplayer games with no, plans. They most likely have the plans, but no, announcements about newer Battlefield games or another Star Wars Battlefront game, which I don't know if that's going to happen.
Do we even need another one? Battlefront 2 was
cut short, man. That game had a lot of life to it. And
I was heartbroken after the first one, so I couldn't bring 2. I wanted to, I just never did.
2 was great. That was a great game. Um, it had a lot of life to it too, but EA is in this situation right now where no one likes them, and I feel like they're instead of focusing on games right now, they're focusing on their policies a little bit more. Because
I
I've
need them to freaking like make my account playable again. I freaking contacted EA like a good couple weeks ago, and I still can't play any EA games. So there
there's
you
a,
go with that.
oh, I want to buy Sims off Origin, but I'm too scared that I'm not going to get my money back.
But yeah, dude, it's I just whenever this new Call of Duty game comes out, dude, which I've already pre-ordered, so I'm part of the issue, man. But I just want a good game that feels true to the name. I feel like these last few Call of Duty games have not been, they have not
Yeah.
earned the title Call of Duty, and you know, I just want, you know, and I think this is nostalgia speaking, and it most likely will never go back to how it used to be, simply because of, like, I think it was Miles who said it, or Miguel. It's all about money. It's all about making a profit. It's all about sticking with the trends and stuff like that. But that's the thing, man. Call of Duty, like I said, used to be the trend setter, not the trend follower. You know?
Not gonna lie, the most recent Call of Duty games are like a quick booty call.
What?
That's the way to put it.
Yeah, like just it. That's it.
It
There's
really
nothing
is.
like you can really stay for.
Yeah, but I mean,
Call of Booty.
with booty calls, I ain't spending $60, bro.
Y'all have made me cry and laugh twice in this podcast, and I'm still not over the TVT train.
Oh
my
my
God.
god. Yes. But I don't know, man. Gaming is in this weird spot for me right now because I feel like I'm not even going to do a lot of it in the near future anyway, because the Air Force and then stuff like that. But I'm actually working on a video game right now.
Really?
Yep. So I'm working on 2 games right now. I don't know if my friend wants me to talk about his, because one of them was his game, but I was also working on my game while he. It was really fun. I was writing the script for my game, and then he messaged me. He was like, "Hey, you want to work on this game? I need like some environmental like designers and stuff like that to help me with this stuff." And I was like, "Dude, I will 100% help you." But I'm working on a game right now, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about, I forgot how we got to this conversation, but we were on the topic of like the apocalypse. I think we were probably talking about COVID, honestly, and we was we was talking about the apocalypse and like being left alive, you know, despite everyone, you know, for the most part, everyone else being dead and stuff like that, and you know, you're like one of the last people alive on Earth. And I'm a pretty religious person. I'm just going to put this out there. I don't care if that's controversial or whatever. I'm a pretty religious person. So I questioned it. I was like, dude, what if like you know, me being a religious person, I was left on this world after the apocalypse? Like, how would that change my outlook on God, right? And
Yeah.
so I am currently writing a story about, and I wanted to first turn this into a movie, but I feel like this would work way better as like a game. So that's why that's why I'm in the transition to turn it into a game. I'm working with Unity and stuff like that. But so the story is going to follow this character who, you know, there's a few other characters that are left on this world, and you know, it's, you know, apocalypse has happened, and it really dives into how your faith changes and whether or not you would still believe in that higher power, or if
I
you
like
think
that.
it was, you know, if you think that there's nothing just because you're one of the last people on Earth.
I like that. I really like that.
Yeah.
Good concept.
And I like, you know, I really do enjoy diving into, you know, I like challenging things, right? So even when it comes to religion, I feel like a lot of people who are religious don't like challenging it. I feel like that brings out way more qualities of religion if you are able to challenge it, and if you are able to, you know, draw assumptions and generalizations and stuff like that. And that's like one of the main reasons why I want to, you know, finish the story and write this game, because I feel as if that is a concept that, you know, whether it happens soon or thousands of years from now, I feel like that's a story that should be told, whether or not, you know, you keep your faith even in super tough times like that. You know, we think these are tough times. Imagine being one of the last people on Earth.
Jeez.
So yeah, I think that's where a lot of my attention has been focused as far as gaming goes. You know, I'm trying to get this story done and whatnot.
Understandable, and I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I don't know when it's gonna be done, because I'm gonna be busy these next few months. But we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to, honestly. What about you guys? I mean, we can start wrapping this up here, but what have you guys been focused on lately?
Pretty much just looking forward to finishing these classes this semester, and my plan for next year is to get an apartment in the summer in San Antonio so I can take some other classes on campus. Hopefully this will all be over by then. And then graduating next year.
Heck yeah, man. What are you doing again? What's your major?
Environmental science.
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna be like planting trees and stuff, huh?
You just had to dumb it down. You just had to make it. You had to make it seem so simple.
Cleaning the ocean.
That works. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Max.
Talking to whales.
Shut up.
Studying dolphins.
I know
that's marine biology.
I know nothing about environmental science, so.
Wait. Did Chadwick Boseman just die?
What?
What? Wait a minute. Hold on. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Go look
Hold
on
on.
Twitter at his account.
Hold on. Hold on.
What? Chadwick Boseman died of colon cancer?
Oh my god. Dude. Oh my god.
What?
Bro, I remember seeing him in like a skinny
What?
and a bit sick, but I didn't think it was this bad.
What?
Oh my god.
Black Panther?
Dude.
Dude,
No.
I don't know. I don't know what to say right now.
I don't.
13 minutes ago.
Dude, what?
9 minutes ago. My god. I can't believe.
Dude, life is too
Wow.
freaking short, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Life is
can't
too
He
short.
died at 43.
Life is too
Jeez.
short.
For real. I'm completely out of words.
I don't even know what to say. Life is too short, man.
No one ever saw it coming.
Oh my god. Jeez, dude. I don't know what to say now. I really don't know what to say. I think
Sorry to bring the bad news, but
No,
I just saw
dude.
that. I was like, what?
dude,
Nah,
that's
no,
insane. I
That
think
is not.
oh my god. I think we're gonna call it quits for tonight.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk more about this. I'll probably make a video about it or whatever. Tomorrow once I get more, details and whatnot, and talk about it and whatnot. But this is ridiculous, man. The 2020.
real.
I'm sorry, dude. There's a lot of bad things that's happened this year. This is just another one of them.
Yeah.
This is terrible. This is
Rest in
awful.
peace, T'Challa. Rest in peace, T'Challa.
Mm-hmm.
So
Prayers to his family.
For real. And does he have kids? Let me see.
most likely. But yeah, guys, we appreciate all you guys for coming out. We're sorry for cutting this short. But this sucks. This is really bad.
Yeah.
This is
For
terrible.
real.
So we will talk to you guys next week. Thank you for coming out to the podcast. We'll see you guys next week, and we appreciate all the love and support. And we'll see you guys later.
There.